listening to me. You never know. I'm not muted. I was just away from the mic. I don't have headphones in. Those noises are unnecessary. Okay. Chael said Kayla versus Lena is bigger than... Kayla versus... Oh, okay. He's just saying shit. It's fine. Orban's fight. What did I tell you, man? What did I try and tell you about Orban's fight? It's an absolute disappointment. I'll tell you that much. What did it get announced as? Has it been announced? Yeah, not Ramazan Kadyrov. Ramiz Brahimaj. Like, this is so weak. This is so weak. Is it not? I think it's a win for him. So I'm happy about that, because with the Brian Battle fight, I just wasn't too sure. That's a close fight for Orban, you know what I mean? That's a difficult one. But, I mean, come on, man. No, I didn't leak it. I just saw it on Big Marcel. Ramiz Brahimaj, after the 3-0 run that he's done, is crazy. Honestly, they should have offered him. They're disrespecting the fighters. They are disrespecting the fighters. They really are. Anyway, let me catch up. All alone. Orban's fighting. No, get wide and don't let them bully us, son. I won't, laddie. Thank you for the 5. Did you see Ryan Bader wants back in the UFC? Bro's waiting for the call. Yeah, that call ain't coming, brother. Thank you for the 5. I don't think we're signing back Ryan fucking Bader at this point, to be honest with you. Nice cut, Piggy. Looking like a Greek god. Thanks, man. That's the look I was going for. That of the philosopher, you know? I think, therefore, I am. It's just my hair. This is how it grows. Buy Protest some Zin for the love of God. Oh, my God. He's going to have trouble in the later rounds. I was looking at another thing of him talking about how much he smokes. Sup, Kadir Obese. All right. Thank you for the 2. I'm the thin version of Kadyrov. Why is everyone saying that? I'm actually the better version of Kadyrov in a way, and more based. If he loses in some fluky way, I'm going to be upset. I mean, Ramiz Brahimaj is a good fighter, isn't he? But I mean, if Max Griffin can, I think Orban definitely can. Impression of Volk noticing he's faster and better, then gets KO'd. Yeah, I'm too fast for him. Yeah, oh yeah, let's out. No, don't put that out there. But I think he will lose. But I'll tell you this, chat. I'm going to leave this. Let me know if you agree with me or not. Volkanovski's in the best fucking shape of his life. Anyone seen Volk recently? He's genuinely in the best shape of his life for this fight. I've never seen him in this level of shape. He's leaner than he's ever been. Jacked. Yeah, he's definitely leaner than he's ever been. I mean, sometimes he likes to be heavy for the division, but this is the best shape we've ever seen Volkanovski in. So I'm worried now for my pick of Diego Lopez. I could see it, you know, he's so shredded, he doesn't have the same toughness or anything like that, or the same strength maybe, but dude, Volk's in the fucking shape of his life for this fight. Paddy too. No, Paddy's the similar. He normally gets to that level of shape, but Volk, honestly, dude, I saw him and thought, damn, I might be fucking wrong. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'm wrong. Thomas Peterson versus Dontel Mays. Who you got? I've got... Oh, really? Is that a fucking fight that's happening? Oh, Dontel Mays, I guess. Thank you for the membership, Bearded Viking Woodworks. Did you see the Bryce... You and Bryce coordinate haircuts? Does this mean you're a flat earther? No, we didn't coordinate. My haircut's nothing like Bryce Mitchell's haircut. His is all like a fringe. Thank you for the 8 months. Piggy looking like the one cat with a watermelon helmet. All right, I'll take helmet over receding, balding. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's not that bad. Notice me, Fryer. Notice me. Paddy will win. I think Paddy wins as well. Volk is a fucking unit. He hopped on the TRT for sure. Diego will gas out. I don't see it, dude. I got Diego catching him. Chat needs to relax. I love the Lego Waves haircut. I think it's all right. No? I think I look good. I think it's all right. Thank you for the 2. It doesn't matter what shape he's in. Let's not get started with the hair again. We got a lot to discuss. It doesn't matter what shape he's in. He's getting fucking slept in the first round. All right. Jeez, the aggression. Now do an impression of talking during the fight before getting knocked out and seizing up on the canvas. All right. It is it, too fast for him, eh? Thank you for the $10, weary traveler. That doesn't matter when you're 36 at featherweight with 2 KOLs. I know. Thank you for the 2. But he does look in better shape. He actually does. If Dan Ige did well, why can't Volk? Why are people... I know that Ige took it on short notice, but he was preparing for a fight. And he was on standby. And Lopez made weight 3 different times within the space of fight week. He made weight at 145. Ortega missed. He was on schedule to make weight for 145. Then he made weight at 155 after rehydrating, took himself back down again. Then he made catch weight 165 against Dan Ige. He made 3 different weight classes in that fight. I understand, yeah. But Lopez also took that on short notice. And he made 3 different weight classes, man. That is a factor. He made 145. He was there to make it. Ortega didn't make weight, so he's like, okay, well, I don't need to make 145. Then he bulked back up. Okay, well, 155. Made 155. Then Ortega pulled out, and Ige took it at 165. And he came, okay, I've got to make 165. It was like a roller coaster for him. He made weight like, I swear to God, chat, yes or no, didn't they broadcast him making weight at the event? I don't know. And Ige's tough for him, yeah. Unfinishable, holds his ground, launches back with power shots, and he didn't get caught. 3rd round, he had a moment, last 2 minutes, where Ige did well. There you go. Well done. Thank you for the 2. I actually think the Ortega fight was a higher pace for Lopez with more output from him. And I thought he handled his cardio better when he eventually got the Ortega fight. The mother flipping goo. Thank you for the $20, Bearded Viking Woodworks. Thank you. Damn, I've been a member for a year and I forgot to update payment info and now I got to start over. I always remember, brother. It's all good. Oh, well, by the way, hopefully UFC listens to the cards you built. They seem to have been. You the man, goo. Thank you very much. But they seem to have been listening because I'm seeing a lot of announcements. And yes or no, chat, I'm seeing a lot of call-outs being made by fighters that are maybe trying to... Listen, I'm not saying that I influenced their call-out, but even Kevin Vallejo said on Twitter today, Nate Landwehr sounds like a good fight for me. So Vallejos is obviously a viewer. Respect. And Jan called out Umar today as well for Abu Dhabi. So I think their management is probably being like, there's someone mentioned this. I'll call him out. I don't think Peter Yan's there watching my channel, wondering who I say you should fight. And it makes sense anyway, but they're definitely riding the momentum of it, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, hopefully we get those matchups, because if we can get those cards, easy work. Those are the cards we need. I cooked on that video. I like doing videos like that as well. Let me know what you think about those, because they're not like trending topics that are going to get crazy views or get 200k views or anything like that, but they're things that I'm passionate about. And sometimes I just like doing those generic, in general videos. Is that the cut required to enter Jerusalem? Yes, I guess so. Yeah, you have to look like a philosopher. Finney's Guru Never Fought comment was dumb as fuck. I was going to make a video on Finney today before I watched the Bryce Mitchell Media Day, where some media reporter asked him about his comments to the LGBTQ, and Bryce Mitchell quoted the fucking scripture back at him and like screamed it at him. And then Bryce Mitchell at the end of the media day brought up the Bolsheviks. Dude, Bryce Mitchell's so sick, man. I love Bryce Mitchell. He stood his base at the media there. So I did a video on that. That's coming out after the stream. That was cold. Yeah, it was good. This media guy, I know it was Alexander. It's gonna start with that. I'm not gonna give his name. I don't want to target anything here. But I know what media member it was that asked him that. And he was like saying Dana's words back at him about him being the dumbest person ever. And then he started talking about, you posted something about in vitro fertilization and the LGBT and all of this. And Bryce just started saying Bible scriptures at him when he asked him about that, which is good stuff. I don't know if it was a Bible thing, but it was definitely some kind of like religious text that he was saying to him. Yeah, Finney mentioned me. I thought his response was pretty okay. Listen, I want Finney to lose now because the fight was boring as shit. So I guess I'll give my response to Finney here as well. It was boring. It really was. I'm not trying to see that. I'm trying to see damage. I'm trying to see, not even damage, man. Chase a sub. Chase something. Chase some level of improvement of position other than just getting a guy to the ground in the first place. You're lucky he didn't get separated more often. In fact, I think Robert Valentin, yes or no chat, was a victim of his own takedown defense success. If Valentin wasn't working his way back up as much, they probably would have separated it and had it standing a lot more. But Valentin kept getting back up and going back down and getting back up. So he was kind of a victim of his own success. And, yeah, Torres Finney was pretty okay with the response, though. I know you said Guru hasn't fought, but I haven't fought, so... I'm not going to get too up in arms about that. I was going to make a video, but even if I'd made the video, I was going to try and mix it with some other news and break it down that way, but... I don't know, I'm not going to go after Torres Finney too much for it. He seemed alright, you know what I mean? It was a pretty, he didn't crash out about it, if you know what I'm saying. Lopez is nowhere near the striker Volk is. He's going to pick him apart, and he's never even been 5 rounds. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think Lopez puts him away, man. Volk crashes in, and Lopez just gets busy in the clinch and puts him away. That's my take. I get your take. It's an absolute fine take to have, but I just don't see it, man. I've got a feel. I just don't see Volk having a motivational speech as he reclaims the title after this weekend. I'd see it being a sad end to his career. I like your 317 card, but it's too much for the UFC. They wouldn't do that unless it's Saudi. A lot of people said that in the comments, that this is too much, you're being unrealistic. I don't think I'm being unrealistic. I can think of an August card that includes big names, a title fight on top of it, 2 title fights, you know, bring Zhang Weili back as a co-main event and then put Gaethje versus Arman on the card, and some other decent fights on there as well. Maybe a rebooked Jamal Hill versus Khalil Roundtree fight on the main card. And that'll save you up until September. We've got time. I don't know what they're waiting with these names for. I know what you mean about the Saudi cards. They're always way better, but come on, man. Kevin Vallejo's smart call out. Yeah, Vallejo's he follows me, and I think he watches my videos. So shout out to Kevin Vallejo's, man. He's been following me for a while now. Thank you for the membership, Mark Garza. I appreciate the membership, dude. Thanks. Would you pick Volk if this was before the Ilya fight? Yeah. Yeah, I probably would. But it's not before the Ilya fight, man. No, I wouldn't. It depends on his conditions for... It depends on the condition of him after the Makhachev fight. If he was coming in 2 months later against Lopez, I'd still pick Lopez. Circumstances are a big factor in my prediction here. But I'd be 50-50 then. I'm leaning Lopez because of the circumstances of Volk being older, coming off a long layoff after 2 KO losses back-to-back, and you're going in there against Diego Lopez. That's so bad to me. That is such a red flag to me, man. I can't ignore it. Guru, you shouldn't be surprised at your influence. Thank you for the £2. I just don't like saying it because people get angry that I'm having an ego trip, and a clip channel comment section of fucking tear me to shreds for it, like they did about me fucking taking my beanie off the other day. Guess what percentage of your fights to make get made? I say a cool 60. They're very makeable fights, I think. And if the smaller named fighters are smart, they should like say, okay, I'm down for that. You know, I could see that being something that happens. Maybe even Luke Riley, he's not even in the UFC yet, if he was to post that. Like, they should get behind that, I think. I think it would be a good way to do things moving forward. And yes or no, chat, let me know. Do you want me to, I mean, in 2 months' time, once we're done with July, I can do another fights to make for August and September and just do that like every few months and cover a few cards. And just, I don't know, I found that video quite fun. It took me a few hours to prepare, but I found it fun to do. Volk back at his hot dog stand after getting KO'd. Ah, yeah, what do you want, huh? Mustard, sauce, tomatoes? That's it, done. Now you had your chance. You're wasting my time. Get to the back of the fucking queue here. Thank you for the 2. OG reference there. Impression of Conor giving Bryce props for standing his base. Mate, you're an absolute legend at the end of the day, Louis. You're about feel of a thing. Willis's questions were so soy in the Bryce media day. Yeah, I didn't really get into too many of Willis's questions, but I got into one of them to start because he was like, do you still think we're degenerate so-and-sos? And he kind of came back away from that, but yeah, they were a little soy. Thank you for the 2. I don't know, maybe I missed something at the start, but yeah. Impression of Bryce on mushrooms, but I got the key moments. I think it's a good video coming. Impression of Bryce on mushrooms. The demons are all over me. I don't think Bryce would do mushrooms, dude. No chance. Reporter, do you take Gene's comments personally? Bryce, I'm going to personally whoop his ass. I didn't include all of it because I didn't want to get too tricky with taking a lot of the Mac Life content, but he had some good moments. He did. Thank you for the 5. I more covered the bit when he brought up the Bolsheviks and Natan Levy and the LGBTQ question that he got asked that he started preaching back at. There was a lot to cover, so I didn't want to make it too much of picking apart everything. But yeah, he had some good moments. If Lopez doesn't get Volk out in the first 3 rounds, he will get beat going into the championship rounds. I would say that, yeah. If we make it into round 3, live bet Volk is often pretty good. Although the odds will probably be, you know, keep that in mind. I don't know. I think Lopez is dangerous. More dangerous later than people think. But I do get that Volk will take over as the fight goes on. I just don't think we get to the later rounds, man. Volk's got a lot riding on this. It's this or retirement. If Lopez loses, it's just back to being a top-level UFC fighter where he just was. I know it's his chance at a belt and stuff, but I don't know, man. I think Lopez is going to dust him up. A shaky Volk in round 1's going to get cracked. W. Bryce, as always. All right. Thank you for the 2. The first part, I respect. Lopez is sort of a combo Ortega, BJJ Yair, wildness, Topuria power, Max's chin. I wouldn't say Max's chin yet. We're just not sure, but he does have a really good chin, yeah. Not saying he has the same attributes, but similar enough. He's a combo. He's not as good as any of them in all of those areas, but he's near them in a lot of those areas. I wouldn't say Topuria power. This is what I mean. He's got power, but it's not Topuria power. He's got BJJ, but it's not Ortega BJJ. He's got wildness, but it's not Yair wildness. He's got chin, but it's not Max's chin. But that's a very well-rounded, dangerous fighter. So if he does lock in on his cardio, and we see that in this fight, I don't know who beats him. Even Evloev, and he took that fight on short notice. This is the thing with Lopez, man. People are judging him, but he's been like gallivanting through his career with little to no care about preparation or full training camps. Chandler beats Pimblett, then Topuria loses to Oliveira. Would Chandler versus Topuria be a sensible matchup, or am I dumb? If Chandler beats Pimblett, then Topuria loses to Oliveira, would Chandler versus Topuria be a sensible matchup, or am I dumb? I think Topuria, if he lost at lightweight, just being honest, wouldn't look towards the lower rankings of the lightweight division. Instead, he would sort of maybe bank on the idea that he would get a title fight upon returning to featherweight. I don't think Topuria really struggled making featherweight. I don't think that's true at all. I think he just wanted to glory hunt big fights instead of rematch Volk, because there's no way he could do it better than he did. You know, and I think he knows that. I think he knows, all right, second time round, Volk's going to be tricky. You know, he got the perfect result out of it, and he didn't want to then be forced into a rematch and then try and move up afterwards, you know? So I think he just wanted that legacy to be left alone, perfect as it is at featherweight. But if he lost at lightweight to Oliveira, I do think he would be like, okay, let's see who wins out of Evloev and Lopez if that happens, or if Volk's champ still, then he has a lot of leverage to go back down and get a title shot, so I think you'll see what happens. I don't see him fighting Chandler, but those are good matchups if he does. Sup, Judius, I'm not a lover of that. Do you ever watch those videos of those Edgars getting ranned over and sent flying at street takeovers? No, I don't watch videos of that. I've seen videos of Indians getting hit by trains, but no, I don't see videos of that. Bryce gives off righteous anger. He's locked in. He is. Media members Knetching, and Gene is somewhere cowering in a corner. True. Smelling like sulfur. All right. Thank you for the $5. Volk gets cracked late in round 2 and gets TKO'd or subbed while he's dazed. Take it to the bank. I think round 2 TKO is my take, or late first was fine. Torres' response was fine. I thought he handled it well. Same here. I'm not going to go all in on Torres Finney. I think he handled it all right. It's just, don't be surprised when I'm cheering tears of rejoice. And And I'm crying with tears of joy as you get finished later in your career with that type of energy. But there you go. What's up, Critical Eye? Dealing new hairdo. Thanks, man. It was about time I got a positive comment. Got a full head of hair. I've had a lot of trash for it, though. People are comparing me to Ramazan Kadyrov online. I'm honoured. I'm really honoured. Send them to Canada. Is Bryce's contract 271k to show? I think it might be, yeah. If you really go through the extra information on the topic. But apparently when he first signed it, it said 6 mil. Thank you for the membership, Nathan. Appreciate that. Impression of McGregor finding Paul Craig with D. D, he's fucking triangling you, yeah? Get over there, me. Don't let him do it to you, D, yeah? When is Finney's own OF collab? Get a room. Alright, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, like, he handled... I don't think he, like, crashed out and bullshitted his way through it. He just said, alright, it was a bad performance, but, like, hey, if you want to deal with me, then beat me in the cage. So it's like, okay. But I'm not going to start saying, fuck this guy, he's horrible. He had a boring fight, and he's had one before, so hopefully that isn't his continued style. Hooper ranked matchup after UFC 314. He kills Dawson. I'm not here to bully fighters that have just got into the UFC. You know? I mean, I'll go after Jones and Ian Gary and Adesanya when they're champs and stuff, but I'm not here to just turn a whole fucking, you know, that makes me no better than Ariel. Hooper ranked matchup, but he is awful, and I do hope he fucking loses, and that style is fucking disgusting. Hooper ranked matchup after 314. He kills Dawson. He could do. I don't know though. Maybe if Benoit wins, then Benoit can get a matchup against Chase Hooper, or I don't think they would do that. I don't think he gets a ranked matchup, no. I think he would get like if Oral Bly wins a fight, then they would maybe pair them up. But if he wins, he's got something good in store. In fact, if Bobby Green's ever coming off a win again, I can see them giving him to Chase Hooper. Even if he just comes off that loss to Huffy, they could book Bobby Green, Chase Hooper. That's definitely a matchup they would do. Or maybe a Carlos Diego Ferreira. It's a decent matchup. Thoughts on Bryce being outcast from Embedded? It's pathetic, I tell you. Absolutely pathetic. 271k is the stat line. All right. Thank you for the 2. More card builder vids. Once every few months, I'll do it. How does the UFC make matchmaking look so hard? I don't know how. It feels like there's a lot of fighters that want to be active that the UFC's like, no. No, you'll fight once every 9 months. It just... I don't know. It's easier. It's easy. I could make a whole August card on top of it, you know? Title fight at the top, whatever you want to put there is whatever it's going to be. I can see the winner of Volkanovski Lopez being ready by August. Can't you? Volk said he wants activity. You know Lopez is going to be back after 4 months. But if he wins, he'll probably be the main event of Guadalajara. But, you know, get a title fight in the main event. Put a Zhang Weili co-main event. Gaethje versus Arman in the feature fight. Khalil Roundtree versus Jamal Hill rebooked on the main card. I mean, it's easy shit. It really is easy shit. And then just some light heavyweight matchup of like a Sergey Pavlovich, Cyril Gane. But that'll probably be a fight night main event. So you got to move things around. But it's easy to do, man. This whole sport's so easy to fucking book. Thank you for the 10. Winner of Bo versus RDR depending on damage to face Whitaker instead of Kai Baraujo? No, shut the fuck up. Thank you for the £5. Sorry. No. They won't have earned Whitaker. They'll have earned something like an Anthony Hernandez or a Roman Dolidze. I think they'll do Dolidze versus Hernandez, first of all. But they'll have earned like a winner of Sharamagomedov, Marvin Vettori. And that way we could end up looking at maybe a Bo Nickel versus Sharamagomedov matchup. You know what I mean? That's more likely. But yeah. Thank you for the £5. I didn't mean to say shut the fuck up, of course, but thanks. I just think Whitaker would be looking as high up the rankings as he can look to get a matchup if he's given options. I feel that Lord, because they're all dangerous for him. I feel that Lord is going to rely on his KO power after seeing Emmett KO Bryce and overextend, and Bryce will snatch him up and get the back and choke him. I think so as well. He ain't got that Emmett power. He's got more consistent knockdown rate than... Well, maybe not. But yeah, I don't think he has the Emmett power, but he's got better delivery systems. You have to admit that. But we haven't seen him fight the same level of comp. The Dober fight was impressive, though. I do agree. Thank you for the 10. But Dober's just got easily smoked by Torres. So I think Gene Silver's powerful, but I don't think it's consistently, you can't get touched by him. He'll land on Bryce, but Bryce, I think, will take a few, land a few, and get the takedown. I agree. Thank you for the 10. Thoughts on them not showing Bryce on Embedded? It's only been one episode, though, hasn't it? So I'm not going to get onto him yet. Or 2 episodes. Thank you for the £2. Message for Tank, please. He's in here losing Guru V. Oh, Jack Evans. All right. Jack Shaw is in here losing his Guru virginity. I deciphered the fucking code. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you. Sorry. Thank you for the £2. No, what's up, Jack Shaw, dude? I've been watching since your great win over Mike Ekendayo. I think. Ekendayo Airlines. Who could forget that monumental performance against Scott Malone, I think it was as well. Good Lord. Those were the days, Jack Shaw. God, that takes me back. I'm having nostalgia. Hope you're enjoying the stream, brother. Thank you for the £2. But we can't harp on, you know? We got a lot more donations to get through here. Shout out to Jack Shaw, though, dude. Best of luck with whatever you're doing, man. I'll go on Tanked Up if I go around. When I go around the UK, because I'm going to meet DJ soon. But Demetrius Johnson comes first. I hope you understand. Okay? Impression of Bilal trash talking, and JDM says your people are dust. No. Everyone chill the fuck out. All right. I don't think JDM's going to unleash that. Understand vets didn't enlist knowing what's really going on. Most don't. Plus, it's rich coming from you, given you're cosplaying as a soldier with that helmet. Mad at a good hairline, are we, Seabass? Thank you for the $5. I didn't say that about vets. I just said at this point, if you're enlisting in the army, I would say to do something else. It's not as righteous of a cause anymore. You know? I don't know, I get defending your nation and stuff. I understand the Ukraine situation and shit. But I just think if you're signing up now, is there something else we could be doing? You know? I'd just advise people against risking their lives for a country that probably don't care about them. Finally catched a stream. Caught a stream for once. All good though, Mexican guy. Once this week, your time has been way earlier. Let's go Lopez on Saturday. You mad future of the division of a team. Yeah. Shut your mute. Thank you for the 50 Mexican dollars, dude. Appreciate you. Your time has been way earlier. Yeah, I've been getting up early, man. I've been working out, getting up early, eating well. But I thought I'd come a little later today. I was doing the Bryce interview in it, so I was watching through the interview for the golden moments where he brought up the Bolsheviks and started preaching Bible segments at the media members, the demonic media members. Finding out Chandler named his newborn daughter Drew pissed me off beyond belief. Next one's going to be called Ski. Thank you for the 5. Giving the chicken a guillotine right now to you, mate. Average Canadian donation. Hardest English accent for you to understand. I understand all English accents, but you know what's probably the most difficult accent? Oh, English. You mean British, though, don't you? It's probably like West Country English accent. Welsh is pretty... but then again... I don't know, every accent has their very countryside version of the accent. Like an untouched, absolute inbred version of the accent. You know? There's like city accents, then there's little town accents. And then there's that one random guy a few miles away from any real society. Just him and his sheep type of accent. And he's like, okay, we're not trying to speak English here, are we? Remember how bummed we all were when Yuri lost? If Bryce loses, the reaction will be worse. You might lose some members and subs permanently, you know? I'll be so upset if Bryce Mitchell loses. I may even cry if Bryce Mitchell loses. I need this one. For Jerusalem, we need this one. Glaswegian English, yeah. I mean, that's the accent that some of them have. Chandler beats Paddy. I'm quitting smoking. You guys are donating so much these days, man. Thank you, guys. I feel like I'm missing a few. I am missing a fucking few, for fuck's sake. Chandler beats Paddy. I quitting smoking. That's not the one, but thank you.